So, I'm back with another video, and I have been working on a few projects. I don't know what day this is now. It's probably like, we're still in the single digits, but it's like day whatever of this new hotel life. And I've been working on schoolwork for school, but I've also been doing a lot of artsy crafts and stuff. So, what I like to do often is I like to look at things like around my room, or I just think of flowers. Flowers are a very good inspiration sometimes. And what I do, I mean, you guys know that at this point I've already explained that I make my own crochet designs quite often. So what I do is I look at, say, I can take this. So I didn't use this yet for any inspiration, but these are a pack of incense. They're really nice. And this is from India. It's an Indian brand, and they have three. Well, I won't try to talk about this so much because I might get copyright issue, but these are really nice. I like using them a lot because they smell so wonderful. But what I usually do is I take this flower and I look at it and think, oh, inspirational. So this here. I take it. Maybe I look very pale. And there's my cat right here. Oh. He's so cute. Anyways, so what I do is I look at that inspiration, or whatever I'm making, or whatever I'm thinking about, looking about. 1 second. And then I say, okay, I want to use that as inspiration. And what I do is I take that and then I just draw these random designs. Here's a few more back here. That. And then I just look at that, and I have to think while I'm making these designs, okay, how is this going to work? Because when you make the design, you have to consider how you're going to crochet the design into a physical doily or whatever. These are all doilies. Anyways, I made, so that's what I do. I always consider that, and then I made these designs. So this time I started with this one, the first one. I started making this one. Here's one that I'm working on right now. This is what I'm working on right now. It's very small, and I guess because I'm relatively new to this lace, I've worked with this lace yarn a lot, but I still have sometimes trouble remembering that it's a very thin yarn. It's very thin. It's also very delicate. It's very soft. It smells wonderful. I love it. And I didn't realize it would be this small. Like this right here, maybe at the largest, it's 3.5 inches across, maybe 4. It's not that large. And I thought it would be bigger. So then I decided, you know, I can just make a whole bunch of them and stick them together, and maybe I can make. I don't like tablecloths because tablecloths made of cotton kind of irk me. I just think, ooh, that's not a good way to use it. So instead, I don't know if it'll be a shawl either. But for now, I'm just making this, and I made a few of them, and now they're all stuck together. They're not on this cloth. I'm just using as a dark background so you can see. So this is what I made for now, and this will probably be. I'm gonna make it takes maybe 5 minutes if I'm concentrating, maybe 10 if I'm, say, listening to music and also thinking about talking with my mom or my dad or with my cat. If I talk with my cat while doing it, maybe it'll take 10 minutes. So it doesn't take long to make a single one of these. So I'll probably just work on this for a while and then just make maybe something this big, hopefully. I have not worked on really something that big before, but I am excited to do it now. So once I'm done, I can kind of show you guys, like, hi, like holding it up and say, yay. But anyways, that's the good topic. I'm gonna put on sunglasses now because now I'm gonna talk about some shady stuff. I'm not shady, but it's just topics that are kind of darker. Not to mention it's sunny out. In a few minutes the sun is gonna hit my face. Maybe. Anyways. So I've moved into this building, and I've not encountered anything bad in the elevator yet, except for, nothing bad in the elevator, so that's nice. Nothing bad in the elevator, but just the majority of people here, I can't tell if it's just I have bad luck with living with neighbors because of this instance that reminds me of all my other. I mean, I have had good neighbors. Don't get me wrong. I've had great neighbors, but most of the neighbors I lived with, except for certain periods of time. Certain periods of time, all my neighbors were great. Like, I loved them. They were amazing people. I would hang out with them if I could. And I would hang out with them if the opportune moment came up. Again, not like, I don't like using the word like because it's just, anyways. So, I would spend time with them. But there are instances where neighbors suck. They suck harder than a vacuum cleaner. If they were, it would be better if those neighbors, because they suck so much, were a black hole. Because then actually, people could study them and it would help science progress. But you suck so hard. You're a vacuum cleaner. Should I call you? Hi, Dyson. Is your name Dyson? Wow. Just. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what's horrible. But in this building that I live in, it's like 44 floors. Yeah, not like, but it is 44 floors. And that's great. And I think the second floor as well as the third floor, well, here, because in Bahrain, it was inspired by the UK, so, it's ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. So it was G. On an elevator, it's G 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if it was a 10-story building in British terms, in American terms, I mean it's an 11-story building because we included the first floor, which is ground floor. Anyways, so what do I say? So the second floor is parking lots, and what is it? I've been around town. I went shopping with my parents yesterday. Not shopping. I went out to get food with my parents. And I think we ate Indian food. It was delicious, wonderful food. Nothing wrong with food at all, or the store that we go to, because the service there is nice. They treat everyone nicely, and they treat the returning customers like us really nicely too. They are always friendly. They I think they speak Tamil. I don't speak Tamil, but my mother does, so she talks with them. And anyway, we came back, and in the parking spots, just the entitled, arrogant people, the temerity of the people here. Temerity, that's the word of the day, temerity. Look it up if you don't know it. If you don't know it, oh well. Anyways, the temerity of these people is just off the charts. I mean, so what happened was, we drive in, and I already told you about the guy who honked us when it was one of our first times. You are so impatient, you can't wait for new neighbors to get the hang of it, then you don't exist to me anymore. But the parking spots are, rectangles lined up like this. And then you're supposed to pull your car in to there, like this. And that's what civilized people do, or that's what people who understand the meaning of a parking lot do. But these people, I should say that rectangles like this, right? They are like this. They are, what is that word? It's a mathematical term. Perpendicular. They're perpendicular to the direction that they're supposed to park. And I see that and I think, what is wrong? What? What is wrong with you? Seriously. What? And it's not like they can't see it, because the parking lot is a pastel color parking lot. Damn it. And then they park, the lines are this pastel, slightly neon orange yellow. And the parking lot itself, the walls, the columns, and the floor is this light lilac blue. And you can see the orange contrast with that lilac blue. And you park like that? I mean, actually, I have no difficulty in, say, walking around. I don't have any wheelchair handicapped I don't have that situation. I'm very thankful that I have a body that operates pretty much in a nominal fashion, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm happy I can walk. I'm happy I can run. I don't run that fast, but I can run. I can swim. I can walk. I can hold things. But some people don't. Some people don't have hands. Some people don't have proper. I won't say properly functioning, because properly itself seems to indicate that there's something that's not proper. But in this case, I think properly would mean not in the sense that the average person is. So not properly, say, formed feet, not properly formed legs. I've met people who have legs where one leg is shorter than the other one, so they have a limp in their leg. And I have friends who have that kind of impairment, a handicapped impairment. So when I see people who park perpendicular, that makes, I don't think that's the case, because there's not a lot of people in this building yet. And this building is relatively new, and most of the parking spaces were pretty much empty. Maybe at most 30 to 45% were occupied. So I don't think it's the case where people are having trouble, or I highly doubt that in this building alone there are a significant number of people with impairments, physical impairments, walking impairments, or sitting impairments, or arm impairments, or whatever. But when I see that, I am just repulsed. I question exactly what makes you think you can do that, because even if there was nobody who's handicapped who would have trouble parking with you, parking like you don't know what a parking spot is. You don't know what a parking spot is, and you don't need a car. But you park like that, and then with that same arrogant attitude, you live in the society. It's just absolutely repulsive to me. And what also kind of sucks, okay, this is going to get probably a lot of flack, but in this country, I don't know if they really understand that there are people who are handicapped, and you should understand that. They're not really sensitive to that kind of that population, or that minority, because I won't say what company it is. But there is a company that is like I think it's a telephone company. Yeah, so it is a telephone company, but it works for mobile services too, or it's a mobile service provider. And they, there's these little posters all around Bahrain, along the street, that advertising. Sometimes it's McDonald's, sometimes it's KFC, sometimes it's IKEA, which I love IKEA. And it just happens to be that along the main road, near the Grand Mosque right now, that specific mobile service company has put up a huge number of a huge number of posters advertising their company and their services. And it's usually 3 types of advertisements that are present. One, it just shows their name and the offer. The second one and the third one are very similar, where it shows a person with their phone out, walking around like this, enjoying their mobile service. When I saw that, I almost popped a vein, because I'm not an activist. I don't chant things for people, but when I see that, here's the context. Very similar. I'm going to say something that's very similar to a conversation I had with my parents. So, I'm gonna get water. I should wrap this up. Anyways, the conversation I had was that in a country like Japan, where I lived, there's a statistic out where somebody with a visual or an auditory or vocal or a walking impairment, 1 out of 2 people who are like that get into an accident because some other healthy, proper person has a phone out and is not looking where they're going. And in this country, they take that kind of behavior and advertise it in that fashion. And people are probably going to say, oh, you're just being too sensitive. No, yes, I am sensitive to people who are handicapped, because they should live in a society that doesn't advertise people walking, like, texting. Bleh. Like, what? Why are you advertising that? Something is wrong. Anyways, I don't want to get my blood pressure up. Don't get blood pressure up. Calm down. It's okay. What's not okay? It should change. I can pretty much say, if it wasn't a country like this in the Middle East, if that kind of advertisement was present in the US or the United Kingdom, or even a country like Australia, that company would be under fire for putting out that kind of advertisement. It is not acceptable, and it should really change, but that's just what I wanted to share. But going back to something positive again, so I'm going to work on that dwelling. Maybe it'll be done in, excuse me, I burped. It might be done in a week or 2, because I don't think I'm gonna work on anything else. So the blue necklace, and that was on, 1 second. So that blue beaded necklace, I decided to take it apart because I wanted to save those beads for something else. I didn't feel like using it yet. It's very hard because you like those beads, but you don't want to use it yet, but you also want to be engaged with it. And, you know, look at it a lot. So I decided not to use it now. Today I'm just wearing a silver necklace with a silver. It's nothing too, this I didn't make. Today I'm just going simple. And the red is because I'm mad a little. I mean, red is a good color and expresses rage, but it also expresses passion. Today, it's passionate rage because I have friends who are handicapped, who have trouble seeing, who have trouble hearing, who also have mental deficits. There's nothing wrong with a mental deficit. But when a society goes around advertising this, then I have an issue. Just calm down. Blood pressure. Deep breath. But yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. I'm going to try to crochet and stay happy and positive, and when I finally get out of this country, I'm probably going to be very happy for many reasons, but just anyways, I'll update you on that doily. The cat is sleeping. Maybe I should go take a nap too because I'm a little tired, but damn it, these horrible arrogant people and horrible insensitive people. I don't want to do anything. I just wish I didn't know about you. For the arrogant people, I wish I didn't know you exist. If I didn't know you existed my whole life, I would be better off. And for the insensitive people who don't really understand these minorities' existence, I'm just I have nothing to say to you, but I also don't respect you. Anyways, I'll update you on the crochet doily, and when it's done, it'll be marvelous, and I'll share it with you. But until then, stay tuned, and just try to stay calm, try to be happy, hang out with your cat, and be happy. Yeah, just stay calm, drink some water, eat a carrot. Carrots are delicious. Raw, boiled, with butter, with salt, or with capers. I love capers, so just eat it with capers. Delicious. Eat a carrot and drink water. Okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.